Go. This will be okay. So this will be the recording for everyone that's watching after the fact. This is going to just be a smaller event because I know that effectively we're trying to revive a dead channel, and it's going to start with these smaller meetings. And every time we do it, we're going to be building up more and more people. But that was important for the people that are here that we talk a little bit about ourselves, our channels, and apologize for the hue. I'm usually not this blue in real life. Um, is what it is. So I guess I'll just start with who we are because we did just move into use the channel. So I was actually a part of this a little bit after Keith. Keith actually seems to be the OG of all of us. I came to a meeting. I believe it was the second or third meeting that was set up with the group, and said hi to everyone. I think I was mentioning that we had we had the concept of starting our company and seeing if anyone was interested. And then basically all the meetings from then on were scheduled when I have work. So I've did not have an opportunity to join anytime after that. But I've been following the group and what you guys have been doing. And it was a real shame to learn what happened to the previous channel, how that got shut down by the by YouTube effectively not knowing their own marketing, or at least advertising to investors that they have the best under 13 audience while telling the government that they didn't, which of course caught up with him, and then COPPA happened. So very very sorry his Lego channel got wiped out by that. That's a real shame.
That shouldn't happen to anybody at this.
We've had it, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think the whole purpose of us really, restarting this whole organization and reaching out to people is, one, to collaborate. And of course, we all know that this pandemic and this crisis that we're all in is really hurting all of us. But I think now more than ever, I think all of us here in the Chicagoland area, we have what it takes to really collaborate, and more importantly, really create a social media network in this city that can really create interesting, interactive content. And we hear a lot of stories about how New York City is the place to be, or LA is the place to be. But let's make Chicago. Let's shine a light on Chicago, because there are creative content creators here, be it in music, art, comedy sketches, drama, news, or anything else of that matter. I think Chicago, the Chicagoland area, the greater Chicagoland area, there's a lot of people here who have a lot of talent. And I think now more than ever, we could just maybe restart this organization and really create something here, and more importantly, collaborate with each other. Of course, granted, social distancing is a factor, but we can't have any limitations. And Daniel managed to take charge of this group, and I've been working with Daniel for 4 years, and this is something that I think should restart again. And more importantly, we should make it something very strong so that other people see that Chicago has a lot to offer, and people who live in this area have a lot to offer.
Yeah, so just overall, I think Kip put it well, what we're trying to do with this group. We wanted to put together a group of basically social media people. I actually set up a group right before I found that this one had been completely unmanaged. I just, haven't been looking at Meetup for the last year, so I didn't fully understand that the extent. Because I remember when this was happening, it was a really cool thing that, people that do different social media could all come together, talk, share skills, and especially now with the pandemic and the economic situation, which is going to get worse. We need to hold together as Chicago creators. And I think also to what Kit said, I'm really tired of watching talent in Chicago move to LA and New York. We really need to have a true base here in the city. And that's a lot of what I'm going to try and be working with everyone that's in the group. And as we do this more and more, but I think really especially once the pandemic ends, because I think that a lot of people are sort of, they don't know what to do. It's very hard to, find the time to do influencer work, creator work in this sort of environment. It's, money's gone down, everything. So I think that us working together is the best way to keep this going. So with all that, I do want to introduce myself formally and what I do. I'm Daniel Lupker. I run a couple different things, mainly on YouTube. We have some influence on Instagram, Facebook, and a few other places, but mainly our stuff is focused on YouTube. I run Hard Lens Media, which is a news channel. We have about 25,000 subscribers, a little less than that. We actually, very much like he dealt with, we got shadow banned right in February. We were doing about 25,000 views a day, 100 subscribers a day, doing pretty well monetarily. And, we're a news channel, so we started talking about the pandemic. And back then, YouTube didn't know what to do. So if you weren't a legacy media outlet, let's say, they treated anyone covering the pandemic as basically lying. And so since it was sort of all we had to cover for the first month it was happening, since that was every story, our page got entirely shadow banned. If you ever go to Social Blade and look up Hard Lens Media, you'll very much see it happen. So luckily they brought us out of timeout on late August. So we've been trying to recover since then. We also run another channel called Chicago Reacts. It's a new channel we sort of created because we had to diversify after what happened to our old channel. It's a reaction channel. It's a lot of fun. It's been growing really well. It's only been out since I think early July, and we're getting about 10 to 15,000 views a day already, and it's growing pretty quickly. And we're very happy with it. We had fun. That's actually what I was doing right before I got here, and that's sort of why I'm not using equipment I'm that much familiar with. In addition to that, we have a workspace that we used as a production studio for, anyone that wants to use tech, social media based in the city. A lot of the clientele we work with are people that are not as familiar with tech, like a lot of groups of Facebook people that can't meet anymore since the pandemic happened. They use us as a medium. We actually use this software right here to put together and host meetings for them. We have a few editors on the team. We have a few anchors, content creators, but it's obviously something we had to keep very safe during the pandemic because we do want to make sure none of us die doing this work. It'd be good if we just did it correctly and safely.
Yeah.
So that's basically who we are, what we do. In terms of any of our other background, we're really big into making the city of Chicago something really, really more than it is right now. Again, I think I'll circle right back to what I said at the beginning. It's very important to me that Chicago be a real hub of creative passion and influence, and that usually starts with networking. So we're trying to restart this group. And sadly, what really saddened me even on the meetup process is looks like we're not going to use this software going forward, even though I like it a lot more than Zoom or anything. It's a little more secure for one, and it actually can share a lot of, I can actually show you what it looks like. And we go there we go there. So yeah, I have, for example, this is the meetup group that we have right here. So I was going to ask people if you have any ideas for what we can do to do a better job of running this, please let me know. But sadly, looks going forward, we are just going to have to use their pre-approved stuff. They have a whole system that's supposed to deal with this, but no one responds via email with anything useful. You literally contact the email, and you're like, hey, can we use this link? And they're like, no, this isn't the right link. Anyway, I'm complaining. I shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. So, but it's life. I actually can't enter any of our contact information or Gmails because they end in .tv. So it's just how it is. It's life. So I think it's a good explanation or a good summation of what we're dealing with as creators. Even if it's these little things on Meetup or it's these big things, we have to work together to solve it. Keith, I want to have you introduce yourself as well. You have the nicest setup of all of us.
Well done.
It was basically paid for by the government. I don't want to talk about that, but yeah, I joined the group originally for collaboration event because Chicago is a great city. I've lived here all my life. I can't imagine myself moving anywhere else. And just like, I have a gaming channel and I have a Twitch channel, but I'm always looking to do more stuff, but obviously, obviously there's not much going on as far as like people meeting up or anything like that. So, I'm always open for collaboration. I have a background in graphic design. I have spent 5 years working in like a sign company, and then I upgraded to a bigger company, a convention company, and the pandemic hit, and the convention company basically went away. So I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs, just playing video games every night, and I'd been streaming every night
Not
almost.
bad.
Streaming almost every night, so that has gotten, just by streaming every night, has gotten me like an uptick in viewership. I have a couple of like loyal people. I'm not a master at Twitch, I'm not a master at social media, but I'm working on it. And that's basically why I'm here. I'm slowly building, always wanting to create different things. I mean, I think the YouTube, the way the format of YouTube leads to a lot of creativity, and I don't know, what do you have any questions for me?
Actually, I wanted to know, let people know what your channel is. I'd like to actually follow it myself.
Tell us your social media so people can follow you. I mean, granted, this is recorded, but this is the first step for collaboration. Where can, as I say in my interviews, because I'll introduce myself later, where can people find you on social media? Where is your website at?
Yeah, that's definitely something I always miss out on. I run a channel called Clearance Rack, but you can find Clearance VG Rack. We're small. I get a lot of like monthly views on stuff. And we've been building, over time. I had a video that I had to delete because I had to get a job. So I had to delete it.
Just real quick, I want to make sure we can show people. Is this your page right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It. Oh, wow.
So everyone, make
Great.
sure to go follow. I'm gonna have to sign in, but yeah, do that.
Yeah, subscribe right now. Do it right now.
Look at that, networking accomplished right now.
Thank you. You guys send me your links too, by the way.
I'll pull up. Yeah. So actually, Kit, why don't you introduce yourself as well?
No, wait. Hold on. Keith isn't still done introducing himself.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not done.
Okay. Kit says you have more. Let's hear it.
Other than that, I'm doing the Extra Life next month, which is the 24-hour video game streaming marathon that raises funds for children for the Children's Miracle Hospital Network. So the Lurie's Children's Hospital in downtown, I make $100 every year, but I promote it because it's a good cause. It raises money for kids in hospital for a long term. So like money for toys and stuff like that, because that's basically what they deal with. And I think they do more than that, but that's basically what I remember to do. It's my like end of year thing that I do, that I get people. I normally have people come over and we have pizza and we have fun, but this year I'm just chilling with my family, and that's about it.
Understood. All good. Well, I mean, hey, you're doing a good thing. And again, let's actually pull up his YouTube channel. So in case, again, people want to see or follow him. I mean, that's all good. Let's see, Daniel, if we could pull that up again one more time.
It's the same name, right?
Yeah.
For YouTube?
Clearance VG Rack. It's just that it doesn't have, I don't have 100 subscribers, so I don't have a custom URL, so it's harder to find.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey.
Is it Clearance Rack?
Clearance VG Rack.
Clearance VG.
Yeah, and then I'll introduce myself because first person here in the stream. Glad to have you here. So I think it's very important that we collaborate and also promote each other, because now more than ever, I think it's time for us to put Chicago on the map as being the next bastion of content creation. And there's a lot of different opportunities that can be made in these challenging times, and we all have to adapt and overcome. So, Clarence, keep on rocking and rolling, buddy.
There we go, right there.
Yeah.
So I just subscribed myself. Okay.
Thank you,
all
sir.
Right, awesome. So I'll introduce myself. So I've been working with Daniel Upker for about 5 years now. Him and I are both the co-founders.
Has it been that long? Time goes by.
Yeah, it has been. If you want to include in 2016, it's been about.
Yeah, it has almost been 5 years. Oh man, that's crazy.
It's almost been about 5 years. So him and I are both the co-founders of Hardlands Media. I am an assistant producer at 99 Perspectives. I'm also the director of communications at Hardlands Media and the main host of Hardlands.
The trains.
Okay, I was wondering what that was. So yes, I am the main host of Hardlands Media. I'm the interviewer there at Hardlands Media. I'm the director of communications at Hardlands Media, assistant producer at 99 Perspectives, a little bit of a showrunner at Hardlands Media as well. I've done about how many interviews? What, 500 or 700 interviews, Daniel?
It's near 700 at this point.
Yeah, I've lost count. Normally, I think I should know better, but also I'm also the main host on our Rockfin channel as well. So I also react on Daniel's channel, which is Chicago Reactors, which is like a React channel, and the host of Hardlands Media, which is our news channel. So that's something I run.
We have a lot going on.
And I'm sort of like an assistant to Chicago Corner, which is a YouTube channel that we had to shut down because of the pandemic. And then for Rockfin, it's like another online streaming service, similar to YouTube, but it's like a little bit of PayPal and Patreon and Bitcoin all put together.
Rockfin's sort of our backup for YouTube.
Yeah, Rockfin's a very interesting animal, but we'll talk about that for another day. And I also run the social media on the Hardlands Media Twitter account, Instagram, and Facebook account as well. But normally you can see all our content on YouTube and on Rockfin. So for Hardlands Media, if you want to see us, YouTube and Rockfin is where we're at. And then I put up occasional posts on our other 3 social media pages. We've been doing this now for about 5 years, like I said.
Well, yeah, it depends on which iteration we're talking about.
Yeah. So we've... for Hardlands Media, we've been on. We originally started on 2 radio stations, and we were on CAN TV. So those of you who are in the Chicagoland area that know about public access television, CAN TV is sort of like similar to PBS, and we had about 3 seasons on that network, which was really fantastic. But then we dedicate ourselves to being on YouTube. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very proud that we managed to build our channel up to about 24,300 some odd subscribers right now. We're getting close to 25K, which is a good milestone, but I want to keep on pushing forward. I'm looking forward to collaborating with other content creators here, and I'm very glad that Daniel managed to take the initiative to take charge of this group. And more importantly, I'm really happy to meet other content creators that are doing more than besides media, but comedy, art, and so much more. So I'm looking forward to all of you who cannot participate in this live stream to collaborating with you in the future. And please feel free to reach out to me or Daniel so that we can continue to push forward. We know that COVID-19 and everything else that we're dealing with in 2020 is very trying, and it's might seem overwhelming, but
it's something that we've been lucky enough to work our way around. You know, since we're news, this is something we've seen down the pipe. We didn't quite see the pandemic happening, but the depression side of it we did see. And so we've sort of prepared the entire company over the last 2 years to basically survive any storm that we're going through until the brightness comes out again. So I just want to kind of share some links to our content. So there we go. This is Hardlands Media. This is our main channel. We have a lot of videos on here. I think about 2,000. We were, like I mentioned earlier, we were really taking off in right about start of the year before the pandemic hit, getting about 25,000 views a day, and then got shadow banned. So we're actually only going back to the channel this actually upcoming Monday, which is sad we had to abandon it. So we're going to have to revive it as well. But, you know, it's what you have to do on YouTube. And then this is HLM. This is the channel we created in the interim to sort of keep things going. At least it's a channel that's not shadow banned is pretty much the thought. We were able to get almost 2,500 subscribers since we started it back up in June. But of course, it's easier to work back to a much larger page like this. So that's where we're at on that front. We do news commentary, national, international, but not specifically with Chicago. Then moving to Chicago Reacts, this is our brand new channel that we've just put together. Again, right when we created HLM, so we would have some diversity in content. We have 60 videos up. We're already at 1.6 K subscribers, which we're really happy about. Everything's moving very quickly. This entire channel was designed to generate views and actually help startups that work in our studio space to help grow their channel by being on this so they can promote their own channels. Then we have Chicago Corner, which is sort of created and then died with the pandemic. It's going to come back once that's finished. This does, it's going to be like food, culture, cool things in Chicago is basically what it's going to be, with some news, discussion, and broadcast, but mainly fun content. And so again, this is reactions, this is news, and this is news as well. And this is where we're going to be heading back and trying to regain the footing we had last year. And that is about the long and short of who we are, what we're about, what we're looking to do, who we're looking to bring on. And it looks like, again, we're going to have to bring on Zoom next time so that Meetup is happy, because we do got to adapt to them. And as Kit mentioned, we are on Rockfin. We do a show on there as well where basically we talk about the stuff that we've learned YouTube is not happy about us talking about. There's a few people's names that are whistleblowers that if you mention them, the entire video you're recording on will get completely demonetized. So it's news, it's politics. We got to deal with the complexities of it. And because of our studio space, and next time we do a meetup, I'll show you guys the space. That's where we make all this happen. I try to actually keep as many electronics away from me when I'm not at work because I get distracted too much.
All right. So, so I don't know if you have any questions, or if there's anyone else who wants to have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask.
Yeah. So Keith, if you have anything, otherwise, I think we just wanted to deal with this as an introductory meeting to deal with people. Next time, hopefully, we'll have a few more people in, and that's sort of how it works. You start with 3 people, then you get to 5, then you get to 8. It's just like it's no different from starting. Yeah. Well, that'd be a little bit difficult to maintain at that point. But it's something that we all want to try and get to, and we all want to work together to do it.
Well, that's cool.
Okay, with that being said, I think that's basically the meeting. I wanted to make sure we introduced everyone that got here. I'm going to have this link thrown onto the meetup page. And again, I apologize for being so blue today. I'm usually a different shade of myself at other times. I'm really looking forward to this. It's I've been watching, again, before the last year, I've been watching this group, and it's a shame that it fell apart the way it did, but I'm going to be working with the rest of the team to do everything we can to revive it, even if it means that we have to keep working until the pandemic's over. And Keith, just like everyone else here, it's all about grind. It's all about the grind. It's always all about the grind and making it happen and finding a way to make it work. And that's, Okay.
Cool.
Does anyone else want to bring up something before we end the first meeting? No? Okay, I think we're good. Thank you, everyone that has watched to this part after the fact. We do hope to see you at the next meeting. I will try and make it a little more accessible than I did this meeting. Otherwise, have a great rest of your evening, everyone, or morning, whenever you're watching this. And see you guys around.
Take care, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Let me just double check that because I'm not used to this program. This is usually what we're used to. Exactly. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna do this in real time through YouTube just to show I know how to do something. So if you watched this far, congratulations, you're seeing us up in real time with this. It's
first impressions are lasting.
I understand. I've screwed up everything. Sorry, everyone that's here. I understand you don't want to be a part of this group anymore. Because literally our entire thing is that we do video content. Well, technically I don't do it, but other people that are better at me at video content do. So let me see if I can actually shut this meeting down. This is very funny. Look at this, guys. I'm the beacon of optimism in a world where there we go. Got it. Found it out. See ya.